This video is a part of a playlist, All Things Witchy, hosted by Monica at Up All Night DIY, Dawn at Shabby Meets Bling, Andy at Crafting with Indiana Jones, and Jody at Jody and Southern Seasons. Make sure to check out the playlist. It'll be in my description box below, as well as each of the hosts' channels, so that you can subscribe to each of them as well as mine and like all of their videos. Now let's get to my DIYs. I picked up these Christmas houses at the thrift store, and if you want to see the video of this, I will have that link down below. But they are those ceramic molds that you could make yourself and paint, and they're probably about 1980s, and they weren't very festive for Christmas. I didn't like the color of them, so I'm going to change them into some witchy, spooky houses. So the only paint I had was this Rust-Oleum 2x semi-gloss paint, and I wasn't sure I was going to like it, but I love how they turned out. So it has that little bit of a sheen to it, and it's protecting it, and I didn't have to put a clear coat on this. And so I'm just painting each house all black. So I'm going to take this gold antiquing rub and buff and highlight all of the raised areas on these houses. Now I'm going to do a few of them so that you're not bored with each one, and then I'll just show you what they look like at the end. But I'm just taking and doing like definite color, you know, dark gold on each little trim of it, and then kind of highlighting the brick and roof part, and you'll see how they turn out. And I'm just wiping off where I accidentally got on there. You want to use either some water, or it may wipe off easily with this paint. And then as well as like the highlighted areas on the roof and the brick, I just wiped that back as well so that it wasn't so dark, because I wanted the trim to really pop out. It turned out super cute, and around it makes it look glassy, like it's wet, and I love that look. And here I'm just finishing up that last side, and I want to mention on each of the window panes I put the dark gold in there, so when it shines through with the light you'll see it glow even more. I just love how they turned out, and they do look spooky. What do you think? I thought I would show you the tall one, what it looks like being painted, and then I will show all four of them after this. But I love this tall one. It's super cute, and it just was a lot of fun to paint these. They were really easy to do. You just have to have a steady hand, and if your eyes are tired you may not want to do it yet which mine were. So, but even if it's messy, it still turned out cute because they're supposed to be spooky, and so that stuff doesn't really matter with it. I hope you like them. I think they turned out cool. Let me know what you think down below. I just love the little wetness on the bottom part where it kind of looks like it's a spooky, eerie, wet feel to it, and the gold just makes it look old and you know, I don't know, spooky. So let me know what you think. You're probably thinking, what makes those houses witch houses? A sign that tells you it is. So my next DIY, I'm making a street sign that tells you that it's a witch's neighborhood. And so I'm just taking this dowel, and I trimmed it down to the size I wanted, and I cut the top at an angle so it gave it a little more dimension. I'm taking some white paint, chalk paint, and painting the sign portion of this, and because I'm going to be Mod Podging the words of the street on, so I'm giving this all just one coat. So my street sign is going to say Witch's Hollow, and I'm just cutting out the tissue paper, and it's just, you print it on white tissue paper and it shows through clear when you put it over white surface, or if you have white writing you can do it on black surface, but I'm just trimming it down to size. And then I'm just going to put a layer of Mod Podge on the little sign portion, and then we're going to put the tissue paper on top. So the way I want to do it is to make sure the surface is dry before I put the paper on, because then I can just iron it. So now I'm going to place the paper on where I want it and try to get it as even as I can. Then I'm just going to take the iron and iron over the piece, and it adheres to the Mod Podge by reactivating, the heat reactivates it so it will stick. So now to make it look old, I'm just using my Tim Holtz Distressing ink and going all the way around it and just making it look old. So now I'm going to use the same ink on the pole and the base, which it falls off, but I'll have to re-glue it. But I am just going to give that all that distressing look as well. So now I'm taking some green moss. It's all I had. I wish I had some Spanish moss, because then that would look even better. But I'm breaking it up so it looks realistic to the pole as far as size wise, and just breaking it up so I can glue it to the base. So now I'm just taking my hot glue around the base and just going to pile it on there like it naturally fell onto the base of it. So now I'm just going to measure where I want it and glue down the sign to the post. So now you can tell it's a witchy neighborhood. Tell me what you think of my little sign. I picked up this clock at the thrift store, and it was broken. The hands are broken off of it on the clock, and I thought this would be the perfect thing to change into just a picture for Halloween. And it's got these screws to hold the picture of the clock in place, and I'm just going to unscrew those and take the clock out. So I had to use pliers to get that front part out, and I was trying to push it in, but I realized you screw it off. So this is already kind of distressed and dinged up, so I'm just going to smooth out those dings and make it more distressed on the edges, and just sand down some of the sheen and smooth it out a little and make it, just to make it look more distressed. So now we're going to take that cardboard round and give it just one coat of white paint, but I thought, let's do the backside first, and so I'm going to do this backside black to match the back of the clock so it doesn't look funny. If you could sit it anywhere you wanted, and that would just blend in really well. Now we're painting the front white with white chalk paint. I printed this free image on tissue paper. And at first I thought I was going to just try to cut as close as I can around it. Then I thought about the technique where it makes it easier to just put the Mod Podge on the surface that you want to Mod Podge and make sure it's dry, then iron it and scrape off the edges. So this is what I'm going to do now. So to scrape off the edges, I'm just taking some sandpaper and just gently releasing that off of the edge there, and it makes it so simple and easy, and it's just done. So now there's some white showing through on the edges. I just want to take my distressing ink and go all the way around the trim of it, just to hide that and make it look more rustic and vintage. So now I'm taking my wood for the clock and I'm thinking, oh, that's the wrong side. So I need to put it through the back and make sure it's in there straight. And look how cute it looks. I love it. And I can change that piece out and put Christmas or Easter and make it look festive for each holiday. So I thought it was a cool idea. So now I'm just putting those screws back in and we're done. I think it was an easy thrift flip idea to change it up for any holiday, and I think it turned out super cute. Let me know what you think of this one. For my next DIY, I picked these goblets up at the thrift store, and you can see the video also in my description, and they are pretty worn, and so I thought they would be perfect for the Halloween idea I have for them. So we're going to transform these into Halloween decor, of course witchy Halloween decor. So I thought it would be cool to put this witch scene with a little moon behind it on it with Mod Podge. So I'm cutting this out. Now the one that I actually end up using is a white moon because my printer ran out of color ink. So I had to use my other printer to just print it out black and white. So you'll see that later. So here's the black and white one, and I'm just measuring about where I want to put it. And then I thought it would be easier because it's I don't want the Mod Podge on the outer part of the image. So I'm just putting a little bit of where the moon would be, and then doing the legs and the broom in the back here. And then so I'm going to place the moon on first and then press down the rest of it so that it's smooth. And then I just wiped around so that I could get that excess of the Mod Podge off of there. I just had a wet rag and then just scraped with my fingernail to get all of that residue off of that, because I didn't want that to spill over into the non-design part of the goblet. So now I'm going to take this antiquing wax and I'm just going to dab it all over the whole goblet and around the picture to kind of make it look older and worn out even more than what it is and make it dark and spooky looking. So I really think they turned out really cute. I hope you like this one. The nice thing about the antiquing wax is you can layer it once it's dry and put more on to give it more of a deeper, darker effect. Let me know what you think of these. I think they turned out really cool looking and spooky, and the moon even looks real in there with all the craters. It's so funny. But I just love it, and they'll definitely be out at Halloween for my decor this year. And if you like them, put a comment down below. And don't forget that playlist. You'll want to go to each of those hosts' channels and subscribe, and then watch all of the videos, comment, like, share. That will help everyone out a lot. And if you're new here, I hope that you'll subscribe to mine and like and comment and share my video as well. I had so much fun doing these, and I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.